Cancer! Happy October. Thanks for joining me. I'm Madeline, if we haven't met before. So before we jump into your card reading for October, I want to tell you about a channeled message that Spirit came through with as I was just kind of sitting here and getting into the groove, meditating, talking to your peeps. What they showed me was a 3-ring circus. And they gave me the impression that you are performing in all 3 of the rings. And it's like, oh my god, how can I be the ringmaster and the lion tamer and the acrobats and like the elephants on the balls? Like, how can I be all of the things? Spoiler alert, Cancer, you can't. Like, and not because you don't have incredible power and incredible gifts, but I feel like you might be overloading yourself a little bit and kind of like throwing your energy in quite a few directions. And maybe let's make it into a 1-ring kind of a thing. Maybe we make it into more of a, you know, I'm not saying, it's not like a one woman, 1-man show kind of thing. It's just focus. There might be a lot of different things that you want to put you're a cardinal sign. You're creative, you're a water sign. It's understandable that you want to flow everywhere and you want to be able to fill all of the containers. But I'm just kind of feeling like there might be an element of spreading yourself a little thin. And it doesn't feel so much dangerous. It just feels like you'd benefit from, you know, like if I take, 8 ounces of water and I pour it into a wide, shallow dish, like I'm going to have just a few drops of water spread very thin, right? Whereas if I take that same 8 ounces of water and pour it into something more of, the size and shape, it's like it's filled. It's got enough, right? You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with this? Let's see how your cards play with it, Cancer. But that's what I'm hearing. Just don't spread yourself too thin, okay? Dun, dun, dun. I'm just kidding, Cancer. It's really not that bad. We're going to talk about it. Oh, there it is. There's that ability to spread yourself too thin. And there's your confirmation, Queen of Cups, that you do have everything that you need. So it's not a matter of like, oh, other people could do a 3-ring circus, Cancer, just not you. No. Like, if anybody could do it, it was you. But now is not the time to be spreading yourself that thin. Wow, yep. I'm getting lots of nice cards for, yes, I love it, that your focused efforts are going to have brilliant results. Brilliant results. Okay, let's talk about it. Here you are at the center, Cancer. 2 of Swords crossed by the 10 of Wands. Like, couldn't have pulled a better card for spreading yourself too thin, the potential of burnout. Some of you are going back and forth. Oh no. Do I want to do this or do I want to do that? Do I want to go this way? Do I want to do that way? And some of you might try to do fucking both or multiples and that feels, you can do whatever you want, Cancer. Your free will is everything. Trust your own intuition. As you're the Queen of Cups showing up over the top of your reading. If anybody can trust their intuition, it's you, Queen of Water. And you can identify any which way, gender-wise. To come through as a Queen of Cups says that you are a loving, creative, emotional soul, which sounds pretty Cancerian to me. But sometimes you can get in your head and you don't do your best work there. You do your best work from the heart and soul. And I feel like you might be shutting yourself off of certain, like, opportunities and resources by doing that. Maybe you're putting it all too much on you. Maybe you're a little afraid to ask for help. And I actually feel like help is very much available to you, so reach out. There is somebody who really trusts your vision and wants to help you execute it. That's what I'm hearing. So this person could be a relative. This person could be just a very good friend, but they're coming through as the Page of Cups to your Queen of Cups. So someone who has a lot of the same like ideals and even personality quirks, but somebody who might be a little more, maybe they're like less mature, maybe they're literally chronologically younger, but I don't feel like, oh, you have to like drag the horse to water. I feel like this person's on your side. They want to help you out. There's something that you two could do very well together. So for those of you for whom that resonates, might be worth looking into. Your recent past shows the 2 of Wands. And for the 2 of Wands to have become the 2 of Swords says that you're a little too much in your head. Two of Wands in the past says you've established yourself very well. Like, here's my first wand, I can plant it in the ground, like I did that. The collection of my experiences and my skills, like I am awesome. And then there's this other adventure that is calling to me, and I'm thinking about it, I'm really curious, I'm really excited. But that can, when we wait, that can become a Two of Swords. Or first it was like, yeah, I've got a grip on this and I think I want to go over here. And then it becomes like, but what if I make the wrong decision? I would hate to go that way when I'm supposed to go this way. And we start stalemating ourselves. I feel like you have a little too much on your plate to see clearly. And that person that wants to help you out, let them help you out. Whatever way that comes in, whatever they can take off your plate. Because the future is showing a period of stillness of a different kind. Clearly there's a ton of activity going on with the Ten of Wands crossing you, but the Four of Swords indicates healing and peace and like a temporary time of kind of respite, like self-reflection, a little peace and quiet. Some of you may be doing some literal healing because Ten of Wands and Two of Swords could indicate that like, oh, I already burnt out. Like I need a rest. Like, or I literally like have adrenal fatigue because I was doing too much for too long and now like my doctor says I just need to lay back and shut the fuck up for a month or whatever. With love. With love. A Two of Swords graduating into a Four of Swords says that you can sort this out. There are two different kinds of stillness, and the Four of Swords, much to your credit, is a better kind of stillness. It's a stillness where you're actually like open to receiving. Not when your mind is so clogged with like thoughts that you kind of can't let the truth in. You know, your intuition, your soul deep understanding. Because our mind can play tricks and our mind can form endless pros and cons. But our intuition, our heart, when we can drop out of the head and into the heart, that's where the truth is. Does this feel right? And that's your specialty, Cancer, especially when you come through as the Queen of Cups. The leader, the intuitive, the deep feeler. You're doing good work right now. Like, I would actually really say excellent work. So if that's part of what you're concerned about, if you have any fears about whether what you're doing is having the desired effect, like building into what you want it to build into, or cranking out the money, the success, even perhaps the financial independence, or just that feeling of like, oh, I did that. Like, I did the shit out of that. I'm amazing. That's what Spirit is showing me you heading toward. You have the Eight of Pentacles in the current situation, like where you find yourself, and then you have the Nine of Pentacles sitting in the conclusion/key position. So a very natural progression from when I put in the work, when I show up and do my craft day after day, like I'm going to work on this, I'm going to do this, and undertake it with joy, and undertake it with, this is what Spirit is saying, presence of mind. Because the Two of Swords, again, is like, I'm not even here. I'm here. Whatever's happening around me, I'm missing it because I'm in here. And I can't get out of here. I'm stuck in here. The Eight of Pentacles is mindfulness. The Eight of Pentacles is when I'm, whether it's you're doing the craft that you love. If you're me, you're reading cards or writing about them. Or if you're a crafts person, you are building a table or whatever. Whatever your thing is that you are creating, building, cultivating, be there. Get out of your head. For some of you, it could even be, this is literally like get into your body. I can't stop thinking, I'm going to get the hell out of these four walls and go for a walk. Or I'm going to do some yoga. Or I'm going to whatever. Like, I'm going to go for a run. Or I'm going to go outside and do a grounding meditation. Meditation would be very beneficial for you right now. Like, and ooh, Spirit has like hit me with a freight train like, yeah, we're talking about meditation. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the difference between being in your head and seeing your thoughts, okay? So I was talking to someone I love the other day. And I'm going to give you what Spirit gave them because it was such a like, wham, like it made all the sense. This friend of mine is very Two of Swords. very smart person, super smart, like sometimes to the point of their own detriment, because they can like pick apart and analyze and dissect everything. And you know, when we dissect things when they're alive, we kill them. That's how that works. Like, so, okay. Spirit is speaking real loud and real funny today. So when I was talking to this person about why they might want to meditate, this person is not, like, we're almost as different as could be in terms of like believing in tarot and spirit and astrology and whatever. So I was telling this person, if you're doing basically Two of Swords, then it's kind of like, I am my thoughts. And if my thoughts are not good, if we can envision like a mildewed, smelly, old, stained like coat, like an overcoat, like shoulder to toes, like a heavy, big overcoat, and it's smelly and it's gross and it's clearly been in like a dank, wet place for a long time. And we just go ahead and put that right on. And we're like, this is my life. Yeah, this is my life. And in meditation, you actually realize that like, oh no, I can like look at the coat. I don't have to put that shit on. I can look at it and go like, oh, I'm having that thought that I'm going to fail again. Or I'm having that thought that like this is impossible and there's no way I could do it. Or whatever. And when we start to recognize our thoughts, not as the truth, but as thoughts, and then recognize that like 98% of our thoughts are not original. There's some shit that we thought about ourselves yesterday and the day before and the day, and we start being better able to sort and to even choose. Because sometimes, you know, like, oh, well, I'm trying to do my Eight of Pentacles and I'm trying to do my craft, my work. Does it serve my work for me to be thinking how bad I am at this? No. Does it serve my work to think how much this is worth it to me and the good that this is going to do? Yes. We can choose our thoughts. We don't have to put on the dirty, gross, old, mangy, smelly, mildewed overcoat. We can look at it and go like, no, I don't want to put that one on. I'd like to put this on over here. I'd like to put on my cosmic metallic space jumpsuit so I can go do my glam rock. Like, these are the thoughts I'm putting on. I'm a glamorous rock star of whatever, like, whatever it is for you. If it's a tutu, if it's an evening gown, if it's a tux, whatever it is for you, you gotta put it on. You don't let it put on you. Okay? Okay. Why not? Because you're the fucking magician. Because you have everything that you need. All four elements of the tarot. There's a lot, you're doing some manifesting this month like crazy, Cancer. So again, I'm going to say it benefits you to cultivate what your thoughts are, because we manifest our thoughts, right? So what am I thinking? This is what I need. This is what I want. This is what is going to make this awesome. I'm willing to put in A, B, and C, and if the universe could deliver 1 and 2 and 3, that would be so amazing. But no matter what the universe does, I'm going to be here doing A, B, and C, because that's what I want to do. That's what my compass is telling me to do. As within, so without, Cancer. As above, so below. When I open, the world opens with me. When I clench, the world clenches with me. You want to open. Shake it loose. You're the magician. You're manifesting. Sitting in the position of the potential. The world. The thing with a capital T. It's October. I don't mean John Carpenter's The Thing. Nobody wants that. The movie's awesome, don't get me wrong. We don't want the tentacles out of the head, is all I'm saying. The world, the thing that I want, the accomplishment, the graduation, the completion of the vision. That is available. Now, that doesn't have to mean I'm going to have it in October, but it's like that is attainable. If you undertake your work joyfully and mindfully, your practice joyfully and mindfully, maybe you introduce meditation as a practice, so you do start just becoming aware of your thoughts. Because there's this misconception that it's all about clearing your thoughts. And yes, to a degree, it's about be able to clear your head. But not in the sense of, oh no, I'm going to push that down, but the opposite. And go like, oh, I'm thinking about that memory again. Oh, I'm thinking about my grocery list. Oh, like, and realizing that we can choose where we put our focus. I can look at the clouds floating by, be they white and fluffy and pretty, or be they dark and stormy. or I can look at the eternally blue sky that is behind them and be like, I'm still good. I'm going to have this thought. I'm going to have this thought. I'm going to have good ones. I'm going to have bad ones. But I am eternal. These are just thoughts. My work, what I do, how I act, that is real. That is true. That has repercussions, good and bad, right? And it looks to me like if you sort out and choose your thoughts with a little more clarity and care, the results you produce are going to be pretty fucking magnificent. Nine of Pentacles is the only card in the deck for the successful self-employed person. And this doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're trying to be an entrepreneur or solopreneur. For some of you, I am feeling that. For others of you, it's just like, I'm the leader of this project, or I want to feel independent and single and happy. I'm feeling that for all of you. I'm feeling like this is the month of harvest, right? And I can like really look back and be like, I did that. I did that. I'm so glad that I put my focus on the work instead of my fears and my worries and my blockages around the work, so that I could get what I needed to get from this, and so I could produce for the world what I needed to produce. And that's what I'm hearing. Satisfaction, joy, peace of mind, and fulfillment. Okay, Cancer? So maybe you start off overthinking and overdoing, and then we reduce. We're going to KonMari our fucking brains. This does not spark joy. Not, therefore, I'm going to smush it, but therefore, that's not where I'm putting my focus. I'm not putting my focus on that one dark, stormy cloud of I'm afraid I'm not going to succeed. I'm going to put my focus on the blue sky behind that cloud. This is forever. This is my point. This is my choice. I like it, Cancer. How do you feel? Looks pretty fucking empowering. Grab it. Ride it. Go for it, Cancer. Tell me about it. Stories, questions, advice. I'm happy to give mine too. If you guys want to drop me any questions, I really appreciate being here, Cancer, and I truly hope that this helps you do what looks again like some pretty magnificent work, both within and without, that you're doing this month. And remember, if you do the one, you'll end up seeing the results in the other. Much, much love to you, Cancer. Thank you for being here, and if I don't see you in a video before then, I hope I see you in your November reading. Bye, Cancer.